I'm Savannah Polson, and this is my page, Bold Beautiful Life. I'm super excited because today is kind of an out of the ordinary makeup look, and I'm going to take you through my full face tutorial, and we are going to do a blue eyeshadow look today. So on my video I did on Tuesday, I had blue eyeshadow on, and a lot of people asked if I would teach that, and so I am excited to show you something totally different. Hi, Taylor. Okay, thank you for coming in. Just a quick recap. I'm using Mascara beauty products. That is what I use, and I'm also an independent artist. So if you want to purchase these products, then you can go directly through me, and I can help recommend colors and all of that stuff. I did put Sunless Tanner on. I always forget to link that for you guys, but I did just put Sunless Tanner on. So fresh tan, but I never get real tanned because I'm like a sunscreen freak, so I wear like 100 SPF. Yay, I'm glad you bought the blue. That is so cool. Yeah, I'm going to be using actually 3 of the blue eyeshadows today, and I've been kind of playing around with them a little bit, and I'm going to show you that look that I had on Tuesday. I thought it was like kind of a fun but dramatic look, and it might be a fun date night one, or like, I don't know, a special event or something like that. So anyway, share this out if you want. I would love for more people to see it and to come in and get involved if they want. I am using Mascara beauty products, and this size is the mini double decker. There are different sizes of compacts. Everything is personalized to you, and you only replace what you run out of. And so it's really cost effective to keep up on, and it also takes up really small space in like your drawers and cabinets and all of that. How is Bonks doing? Thanks for asking. Hi, Tia. She is doing way better, like way better. So I'm good. How are you? You haven't pulled the trigger on your order yet. Well, hopefully you'll feel like through these tutorials and stuff that you're confident that you'll be able to do this. That's what I am here every Friday to teach you guys, so that you can feel empowered to do these makeup, use this makeup too if you want to. So hi friends. Okay, so this is one of the sizes of compacts. This comes free when you buy 10 singles, and that still gives you room to grow. So if you wanted to add a second blush color in or something like that, it just pops right in. And I have my 2 highlight colors. I have a contour, I have my bronzer, I have an illuminator and a cheek color here. And then on the bottom, I actually just took all of my eyeshadows out. So I have my setting powder still in there, but I put all my eyeshadows with my bigger palette, which I'll show you in a little bit. Yes, every winner from every giveaway has been picked, announced in the comments, and contacted. So yes, but watch out because there's another giveaway coming up soon, and it was my husband's idea, and I think that's really cute. So I'm going to let him do that giveaway. What do I hold my brushes in? I put mine in a drawer, like just a storage drawer thing. And yeah, when I travel, I just have like a little zipper bag that I put them in. And so yeah, then you don't have like all the stuff on your counter or any of that stuff, because it seriously takes up like part of a drawer is all. Okay. Yes, I hope that you'll be a fan too. And if you're not, it might be because you have the wrong color. So make sure that you reach out and we get you the right color. So what was that blush color? This is Sandstone, and I'm going to wear Sandstone today. Oh, my nail has something on it there. I'm going to wear Sandstone today, and so I'll show you what it looks like. It's one of my very favorites. You just saw your friend use her makeup. Oh, yay, cool. What are my must-haves? Definitely highlight and contour. And then I love the Bella bronzer. I feel like your face without blush is like, you're just like missing out on so much potential there. But I can recommend colors and stuff for you and all of that. Your brush should not be shedding or feel scratchy on your face. That is an issue. So you can message me and I'll put you in contact with the right information. Do I do both the setting powder and the spray? So powders and creams don't mix, meaning don't dip your brush into a powder and then dip that same brush into a cream, because if you do that, then your tins will get wrong. They'll get wrong. I'm like trying to keep up with your stuff. they will get like your powder will set your cream in your tin. Basically, it'll ruin the consistency. There we go. But you can use setting spray and setting powder on your face. And so sometimes I'll do that if I want a little extra set to my face, but a lot of times I just use the setting powder. I have a lot of friends though that just use the setting spray, so it kind of depends on your skin and how it's taking on things. You never hear about the Cayman bronzer. It's a powder bronzer, and I feel like all of our makeup is like, not all of it, but a lot of it is cream based, and so it really brings this like beautiful glow to your skin. And now that we have the Bella, the cream bronzer, that also adds to that beautiful glow of your skin, I feel like sometimes people use the Cayman bronzer less now, because it doesn't have a shimmery finish at all. It's like a matte finish. So some people will set their contour with it if they need to, or some of the darker highlight colors can use that as a setting powder, or mix it with the vanilla dust. So, okay, well, I am going to jump in because anyone watching the replay is going to be like, get on with it already. So I have been obsessing over using the B² brush lately. Like, I don't know why all of a sudden I feel like it's different, but I just like it right now. But you guys have seen me do a bunch of different things, all kinds of different brushes. So I'm using the smaller side of the B², and I'm using my darker highlight color. So usually I will recommend 2 highlight colors for you, and the darker one is for any redness, any darkness, any like if you have darker under eyes, or if you have any redness around your nose or your cheeks or your chin, or you have breakouts or any of that stuff, there's a reason for the 2 colors, and that's because most people's face has like contrast, most people's faces have contrast to them. And so I like to use the darker color, and if you're not using a color dark enough to balance out those things first, then you'll end up with not as flawless of an application. It won't melt into your skin. It will sit on top of your skin and it will add to texture. It will not cover well, stuff like that. So I'm barely putting any on this brush, just buff it over, and already it's balanced out a ton of that here. So if someone wants to start small, what are the must-haves for beginners? So send me a photo and I will recommend colors for you, but you can then tell me like kind of how much you're wanting to do. Like, are you wanting to do an eye color and a blush color or something like that? Or are you wanting just to start with face? You know, it kind of depends what your goal is with the makeup. And so you can just message me and we can talk about it. Okay, so I put my darker color, which for me is mango, along here. And that just balances out that redness. And then now I'm coming in with my lighter color, and as you can see, I didn't put that darker color everywhere. It's not on my jawline, it's not on my eyes, sometimes I do it on my eyes, it's not on the top of my nose. There's just some areas that I leave because I don't need to cover my face with 2 layers. Sometimes I just need to put a certain color in certain areas because those areas don't cover well with a lighter color. So hopefully that's making sense to you, but the great thing is they're right next to each other here in my palette, so it's a matter of dipping into a different place. Okay, so now I have my lighter color, and I can come on this bottom part of my jaw, and as you can see, I leave this part because I'm gonna put contour there. So you don't need multiple layers on your face of makeup. You don't need to cover your makeup or cover yourself in this big thick mattifying thing. You just put coverage in the right color in the right places because the contour also has coverage. So you get a dimensional foundation out of it, which I really like because then you're wearing less, it looks better on your skin, you feel better because you don't feel like you're wearing anything, and all of that. Okay, so I do use my highlight color on my eyelids right here. And you can see just that thin layer just balanced all of that right out. And now that's an awesome base for my eyeshadow. You love my lives? Thanks, Lindsay. I'm glad that you're here. Okay. Awesome. Is this makeup good for oily skin? I have really oily skin, and actually, since I've been using this makeup and the Tres Leches skincare line from Mascara as well, my oily skin is not as oily. It's way more balanced and it's way happier and healthier. But when I first started using this and I was really, really oily, you just want to make sure that you are not using too much product, and also use a setting powder, not the setting spray. And so that will help you a lot as your skin kind of adapts and adjusts to the cream. But yes, I'm so grateful that for my oily skin, I transitioned to this product because my skin is so much happier now. Okay, so this is the lighter color, just dabbing. I always have to say dab in my videos. I am just dabbing some on, and you can see how it's already creating a dimension here. And now I am going to just squeeze this a little bit skinnier and put that on down the top of my nose, just like that. So now you can see I already am creating this highlighting effect. So now when I go and put my contour on, it's just going to like polish out the natural dimension that we're creating. I love using this perfector sponge when I get my product on my face. I really like to come in, because as you can see, as I press into my skin with this, it absorbs any excess product that there is, and it gives it just this nice texture there. So you can see how the difference, this side looks good and the coverage is good, but see how this side is glowing and like looks like my skin. And anyway, that's what this does for me. And you want to make sure that the perfector sponge is not wet. You do get it wet, but then, sorry, going over my mouth. You get it wet and then you wring it out. You I almost pulse it underneath the running water, pulse it and get it sopping wet. Then squeeze it all the way out, wrap a towel around it, squeeze it again, get as much moisture as you can out of it, and then let it sit out. So do that in the morning when you brush your teeth or something, so that it's sitting out, because you want it to be soft front, and that happens when you're wetting it down, but you don't want it to be wet. Otherwise it'll take your makeup off and you'll have problems there. So, yes, every order has free shipping. Thanks, Abby. Oh no. Yeah, come back and watch. I am using the Mascara Beauty Foundation. So I used the color Mango and then I brightened with Amber. But I can recommend personal colors for you if you follow the link above. And it says to get a personal color match, click there. And so make sure your email address is correct. Otherwise, you won't get a response from me because it'll get kicked back. And that's the only way that I have to contact you on there. Or you can also just message me. So, okay, I have that much done now, and I am going to actually just use this same brush here for my contour. And I'm using the contour color Indigo, and I start in the back here, close to your ear, and then I dab to distribute the product. And you want to make sure you're right underneath that cheekbone there. You can feel your cheekbone, and then you don't want to go low down here. You can blend it a little bit, but don't make your contour line this huge thing or really low, otherwise you'll draw your face down. If your cheekbone, I have a friend whose cheekbone goes more like this, down, and she has a smaller area here, and that's totally fine. Yours could be down there. You still don't want your whole entire jaw to be contoured though. Otherwise it's going to throw off the dimension happening there. And then I do a little tiny bit. I am squishing the brush a little bit like this, so it's a little skinnier, and you can use a skinnier brush if you want. I love our brushes so much because honestly, they're really versatile. The fact that I can use the bronzer brush, the same brush I use for my blush and my powder and all that stuff, that I can use it to highlight and contour is awesome to me. But also there's other brushes if you want a way more detailed or controlled approach, or if you want extra blemish coverage or things like that. The brushes are really, really versatile. And they're all double-sided, so it's like you're getting 2 brushes in one. Also, I'll show you the new brushes as we get further along in this tutorial. So, okay, you want to stay right underneath that cheekbone. Don't go too low. And I like to apply a tiny bit so that I don't end up trying to get some off, you know? Like if you have too much product on your face, you're gonna be like struggling because you're just like, oh, it just keeps growing and it's too dark and all of that stuff. So anyway, hi Amber, thanks, my baby is doing good. Yeah, you shouldn't be losing a bunch of bristles from this. I don't think I've ever lost a bristle from this brush. So yeah, if you are losing bristles, let me know. All right, I am putting this contour up on the top of my head as well. And of course I distribute the product first, which means I dab it around before I start blending, because if you put it down and you have all the product and you start blending, you're only gonna end up with darkness right there. And we want this nicely distributed in a natural way, just like this. I'm so excited to show you the blues. I'm trying to just get my face on so that we can go. We're getting really close. Okay, and I go along my jaw here. Sometimes this looks not so blended right there. It could just be like the light though. Okay, right here. And blend this out. You don't want a crazy line on your jaw. That's never good. All right, and so now I'm gonna use this other side of this fluffy brush here, and I am going to set with powder. And so I use just a little bit of the vanilla dust, and I lightly dab this on. You don't wanna like put a ton of powder into it. You wanna go like a little bit and then add a little bit more as you need it. Otherwise, you'll end up seeing it kind of separate and cake apart. And that's just because you're pressing too much powder into the cream, and the cream doesn't have the ability to be flexible and nice like the cream is naturally. And so the cream will like kind of follow your face, and that's a really cool part about it. But if you're like trying to glue it in place in certain areas that move a lot, like under your eyes, you may just want to grab your finger and kind of press into there, because sometimes that works a little bit better than just like adding layers of things on them. So, does my makeup come off on other people's clothes if I hug them? No, I haven't noticed that, but I usually, if I hug someone, I probably would like pull my face up or something. I think if I like buried my face in them and wiped it against them, probably. But I think any makeup that I've ever worn would have done that. Okay, so set with powder. I set my eyelids because I used that highlight color to create that awesome base there. And now my colors will be true to tone. Okay. And I have a bunch of the new colors in here. This is one of the other palette options. If you are outgrowing one of your other ones, or you just all want it on all the same layer, you can get this compact too. It has a nice huge mirror. On this side has a big old mirror, and then this is a bunch of my eyeshadows. This is actually, I think, only half of them, but I have another one that has the rest. So, any tips for a darker upper lip? Use a darker highlight color like Mango, and dab that on. The same way that I used it to cover like dark circles and redness, you can do that with darkness on your lip. So, you can't wait for Canada. Oh my gosh. Canada is coming soon, guys. Let me know if you want information about Canada. Okay, so here we go. Blues, right here. I am going to use this one, and this one. This one is called Rain. This one is called Duke. This one is Jabadi, and this one is Denim. So I'm using those colors now, and I'm also going to use this this illuminator. It's a powder illuminator. It's actually not even picking up light. You'll see it when I put it on. It's kind of an iridescent color versus like the sparkly tones of these, but this one's called Starlit. So I haven't done blush yet. I do my blush and my bronzer, all of that at the end, just in case you ever have like eyeshadow fallout or something like that. You're not like, you know, like it's easy to clean up. So I do all of that stuff at the end. And right now I am going to jump into my eyes. And so I'm going to use, oops, sorry. bumped you guys. I'm going to use the brand new brush. This one is called the Bend and Tap, and it's a little bigger. I'll compare it with the Eyeshadow Everything brush for you. So here's the Eyeshadow Everything brush next to it, and these are the bigger sides. It's a way more dense brush here. This is like a fluffier kind of blending brush, and then this side of the Eyeshadow Everything brush is a small dense tip, and this is like a bigger version of that small dense tip. So awesome brush options for eyeshadow. Basically with these brushes, you can like do anything you want. And then like there's also the multitasker that's a really detailed and like eyeliner and stuff like that, but they're like all super cool. And then this is the other new brush. This one is called your Best Blend Friend, I believe. Maybe I'm saying that opposite, but I think that's what it's called. And I actually used this smaller fluffy side to contour the other day and liked it. It was just a really light look, and it was really fast, and it blended itself out really well. And so there's that side of the brush, but I'm going to use it for illuminator to show you that today. And then this other side I used to like contour my nose and stuff like that. Ooh, I forgot to contour my nose. But anyway, I used it for that, or you can use it for blemish coverage. You could also use it for eyeshadow, like fast eyeshadow application. Okay, really quick. I have to contour my nose. And I just use the Detail Hack, and I use a tiny bit of contour. And I just go right here. And then this other side, I just put a small amount of that contour on because it's way easier to blend. And then it doesn't make everything crazy and muddy. And then you can flip the brushes around, which is another reason I love that they're double-sided. And if you're wondering, the brushes are like crucial for the best makeup application. So if you have the makeup and you don't have the brushes and you're struggling with the application, the key might be, it might come down to the brushes. So best blend forever. Cool. Okay, thanks guys. Okay, so I'm using this bigger brush right here, and I'm using denim, which I actually feel like denim is probably the most versatile of all the blues as far as anyone can wear it. And so I'm going to start with something lighter and build down as we go, but keep in mind that that color might, I don't know, it's coming light. So you may like Duke over Rain. Duke is a little bit lighter than what I'm going to use here, but I think denim is for everyone. Okay, so here's Rain. I'm just putting a tiny bit up here just to kind of start, sorry, I'm like choking, start the blending process. So I like to use a lighter color just so that it's kind of setting a nice base tone, and this is actually even darker than I wanted to start with. But I'm going to come back and use Rain again at the end. Just for now, I am doing this. And oh, I didn't explain this part. So I'm using this B squared brush to catch any eyeshadow that falls. And I think that's awesome because then you don't have any of this affected. Just keep in mind that if you're doing that, then you want to make sure that it's like wiped off, or you take a towel or something like that and swirl out your brush so that you're not like placing the fallout from this eye under this eye. Hopefully that's making sense. Okay. I should practice. Cool. I'll practice. Okay, so next up, I'm pulling in Foxy. And the reason I'm pulling in Foxy is because blue eyeshadow on its own is just a little bit out of my comfort zone. So I like to kind of warm it up a little bit here. And you can see how putting this over it, you still have that blue tone, but it's also a more warm and natural kind of look to it. So I put Foxy over top. It's a 30-day money back. So you have 30 days to return or exchange if something doesn't work for you. Okay, and I switched brushes. I don't know if you noticed that, but this is the Eyeshadow Everything brush. I switched to this side because it's a lighter and fluffier coverage. And the other one was a denser and more like direct application of the color. And I just want this to be a light and subtle dusting over top. So, you're just gonna hate, that's funny. Okay, so I did that. And you can see how it has that blue tone, but it's not overwhelming. And now we are going to work into the color that is overwhelming. I'm like, can you tell I'm like a little bit nervous to do this live because it is like a full-blown commitment. So here we go. So here we go, here we go. This is denim. I am using this side of the bend and tap. It's like a slightly oval shape. This one is more round. This side is like a longer. It's a very dense brush. And so I'm taking this denim and I'm placing it on my eyelid here. Here we go. And I am trying to, like we've talked about in some of my other videos if you've been here, we're trying to place the product down as close to my lash line as possible because that's where I want the product darkest. And then as I move up, I'm just blending it. So then it's getting lighter as it goes up. And where you place the product down is going to be the darkest and the most intense covered. Okay, I'm taking this up a tiny bit here, just like that. And then I'm sweeping it out. And of course, I'm going to wipe this off on a towel, swirl it out on a towel so that there's no color on there when I can come in and just blend and soften that out. Or you can also use your finger to do that. Cool. So we have this part going on right now, and I am just going to deepen my crease right here a tiny bit. And you may need to just kind of like watch your eye shape. And if you're feeling like something's off, then add a little bit more or kind of blend out something else, because depending on your eye shape and how your eyes look when they're open or closed is going to depend on how the distribution of color comes in. So there we go. I like to do it really thick on my eyelid there because, I don't know, it's like less intense than using it in your crease. And so you end up like, I don't know, it's like a more subtle way to wear a really intense color, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm like stumbling over my words. Okay, here we go. Again, place the product down, start blending as you go up. And then if you want to deepen an area, make sure you apply the product right where you want it to go and then blend out from there. Ashley, thanks. Thanks, Ashley. I'm glad you're here live. I'm glad all of you are here live. Thanks for being here. Okay, so this goes up. You dab it out. Blake Lively, you guys are sweet. People tell me that a lot on here, but basically I'll take it. Thank you. I've considered dyeing my hair kind of red like Blake Lively does, and I think it would be really, really fun. All right, it's fun, right? I feel like that Foxy, you could also use Bright Eyes or something like subtle like that, but I feel like that Foxy just helps that transition, so it's just not so like so much blue, which there's nothing wrong with so much blue if that's what you're doing, but anyway, for me it helps to kind of like just temper the situation a little bit. Okay, so now I am going to do my brows because I feel like sometimes with my eyeshadow, I don't know if it's quite enough yet until I do my brows. So I am going to take the eyeshadow, or the Know Your Angles brush, and fill in my brows here. And I make it a little stronger on the bottom. And then I draw up almost like strokes here. You can flip it around, soften that out if you want. And this is, I'm using Kohl eyeshadow for this. Sometimes I use indigo contour and sometimes I use eyeshadow. Here we go. I draw this end here a little stronger, and so I like to do my brows like that. I'm glad you guys are my people. All right, we're doing this one. Same method. Strong underneath. That was a little too much. That's okay. There we go. Do you guys have plans for the weekend? How many of you went out for Valentine's Day last night? Are you guys going out? I love you back. You have smaller eyelids, almost hooded. So yeah, that's what I meant with like the hooded eye. You may end up wanting to take it up a little higher if it's not showing enough for you. And if you're just feeling like your eyes are sinking back, then you may want to leave like your direct eyelid lighter and put this more like above, almost like if you have this situation, you wouldn't even see the blue unless you blinked, but you could put the blue up above if you want more contrast to it, or you can just leave it on your eyelid, and then when you blink it'll like have a fun pop of color, you know? So it's kind of just preference. When you're dealing with a color like bright blue, you kind of just have to play around with it. And this side of my brows, I have a scar, so I just try and fill that in a little bit extra. There we go. Brows, done. And once I have my brows on, I'm feeling like the color is kind of dark enough for me. And I do want to use a little bit of that Kohl though as my eyeliner down here. And I'm going to draw up a line just a smidge in the corner here. So you keep your eye open, draw that line up, make sure that you're not going really low with any of this, otherwise you're going to drag your eye down. So I'm just using basically the same brush, same color as my brows. I'm just adding a little bit more here. It's totally Mimi blue. I agree. Okay. Putting a little bit on this edge right here, just to kind of darken that in. And now I am going to do mascara, and I'll try and read some of your comments while I'm doing my mascara, but usually I'm not good at that. Is my scar on my eye the same as the dog one? No. So my scar on my head starts here, you can kind of see it, and it goes all the way down. It cuts through my brow here and it continues underneath. And that one was when I was 3. I went down a big water slide at a water park and cracked my head open, and it cracked all the way from my hairline through my eye, and I had to have 100 stitches. It was a pretty big deal. So that is that scar. I just have scars all over my face, I guess. And then the dog on my mouth. Just scar face over here. You eat in on Valentine's Day. Restaurants are totally crazy. That's cool that your husband made something. I love that. What are our plans? So Brian and I, if you followed me on Instagram for a while, then you've probably seen me post about this before, but Brian and I actually don't celebrate Valentine's Day in February. We celebrate it in August. So kind of random and weird, but we like it. we moved it to August because we have, our anniversary is tomorrow and my birthday was on Monday. And so like having Valentine's Day, my birthday, and our anniversary all in 1 week, I'm like, you can't have like your 3 favorite holidays in 1 week because it's just like there's no way to adequately celebrate each one of them. So we moved Valentine's Day to August 14th, and it's awesome for us. Because then August has like no big holidays for us. So now I look forward to August too. Officially obsessed with the blue. Isn't it fun? Like I feel like as you're putting it on, you're like, what is happening? What is happening? And then you like put your brows on and you put your like mascara on and you're like, all right, I'm feeling it. So just keep that in mind. Like don't keep going with it until you have added like the rest of it in. Otherwise you'll be like, I don't even know when to stop. So just keep that in mind as you're applying. And I linked this mascara for you. I have been trying some other ones and honestly, I kind of like them. So I'll start telling you which other ones I like. Thanks, friends. This mascara is the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, but I did link it for you above. I got a little on my eyelid. Okay, if you get some on your eyelid, you just take this side of the Know Your Angles brush, the spoolie side, and you just scratch it off like that. See? Amazing, right? All right, you can put some underneath if you want also. I usually just put it on like the outer edges, unless I'm going like full smoky eye. Otherwise, I kind of feel like sometimes the eyelashes in here can look a little spidery. And if it's too clumpy on you, just take that spoolie and kind of soften it out. Those are my tips. Here we go. We're right here. And last time I did this eye, I felt like it got a little, like it didn't have like enough of a blue pop. I actually feel like this is like a lot of a blue pop. And so I was going to use Dabba D to like make it more blue. But I just want you to know that you can just wear it like this if you want, or you can amp it up like I'm going to show you now. So far we have Denim. I did use Rain first, but I put Foxy over Rain. But honestly, if I just tried to like blend the dark blue up, it would just be like hard. So for me, putting Foxy over top of blue like made it so that at this point up here, you don't even have to worry about blending. Like you're just applying that blue there because you've already done that previous blending. So hopefully that's making sense to you guys. All right, I'm going to use the small side of the Know Your Angles brush and Dabba D. This is Dabba D. I'll point it out. I've used Rain, I've used Foxy over top of it, and I've used Denim right here. And now I am going to use Dabba D. Well, right? So here we go. And I'm putting it right here, just on the center of my eyelid, just because I feel like it adds this kind of like creamy blue, because it's a matte, and the Denim has a little bit of a shine to it. But I think that's fun. So you can see the difference here. This is like a more shimmery kind of softer, and this adds like a pop, like a blue pop. And you can flip this brush around and you can blend this out. No Philly yet. Guys, you're telling me I can't use Philly every time anymore. I would though. I would put Philly with this combo in a second because Philly's my babe. But Philly and I have that kind of relationship where if I don't use it every day, we still know. It's like that friend that you don't see for a long time, and then when you do see him, you just pick up where you left off. That's how Philly and I are. Okay, I like it. I think the Dabba D like takes it over the edge, and it's like really fun at this point. But this is like a party eye for me. This wouldn't be like a I'm going to my daughter's school play kind of eye, but it might be for you, and if it is, more power to you. Okay. Next, I am going to show you the illuminator that I'm picking, and it's this one. It's an iridescent. It's called Starlit, and I am going to clean off my brush so there's no blue left on it. And then I am taking a little bit of this, and I'm putting it right here underneath. And I feel like the iridescentness of it, that's a word, iridescent-ness of it. I am not ambidextrous, I wish I was. It just like goes with the blue because it's subtle yet not, kind of like the blue we've just done. And then I put a little bit on the inner corner here. Davide takes it over the edge, I totally agree. But you could easily wear it just with the denim. I think it's versatile. Who knew blue eyeshadow was so versatile? I honestly, tell you the truth, I didn't know that because I have never really played with blue eyeshadow in this way, but I've never had like this many variations of blue eyeshadow colors. I kind of feel like sometimes when you buy blue eyeshadow, you have like one blue eyeshadow and then you're like, how do I get this to work? But for me, like the combo of a bunch of different ones is like what really makes it work super good. Okay, a little bit under here. And now I'm going to take this smaller side here and I'm going back to that rain that we started with and I'm putting a tiny bit right here. Because check that out, right? Like makes it smoky. So if you're feeling like it's too much blue and you don't want to do this step, that's totally fine. You do you. But I love just a tiny bit of blue right there to take it over the edge. We just keep going over the edge. We're falling off this cliff real fast. But look, it's like bomb, right? Yeah, Davide's so fun. So fun. And now I am going to use this brush, the new one, the BBF, and I'm putting a little bit of that illuminator in it. No, I haven't done Bella Bronzer. Good thing you guys stopped me. That's scary. Okay. I am using a different B-squared brush. Keep that in mind. I have two, but you don't need to. You can use something else or you can wipe off your other one. But the other one I put powder on with. So keep that in mind. If your brush still has powder on it, swirl it off, get it out of there, okay? And I am using the big side with the cream bronzer, the Bella. And we're warming this sucker up. Because Bella Bronzer is like my filly, but I'm also kind of like too addicted to it to not see it every day. So I guess it's not like my filly. It's more like, I don't know, my kids. Love it to death, but I have to see it every day. It's part of the gig. Okay. A little bit on my nose. Have I replaced with okay now? Okay, guys, okay. One time I did an Insta story tutorial and literally every clip I started with okay, and I had to delete the whole thing. I like couldn't handle it. I was like, how am I so annoying? So I just deleted it all. It's not even worth it. Okay, now, okay. Okay, so we are taking Sandstone blush, same brush that I was just using, and popping my cheeks like this. Also, if you guys ever want to see just like a really go-to solid full face look, I have one pinned on the top of my page. That is like one of my favorite like just go-to. It's like a neutral, but it's a full face. It's like, yeah. What I'd be wearing if you just ran into me in real life. Unless you ran into me today, then I'd be wearing this. Ciao. Okay, Sandstone. Warms it up. It's subtle enough to go with the blue. I like it. And here we go. We're back to that illuminator situation. So now I have illuminator here. A little bit on my cheekbone. I like it. It's so subtle. This is the most subtle powder illuminator in my opinion, because it's not like glittery. It's just this like shimmer. So I like it. Popping those cheeks out. A little bit here, a little bit here. What did I do right here to myself? Upper lip. Now we're going to do lips. I'm taking my multitasker brush with my contour. I'm glad you guys dig it when I'm super weird. Indigo contour. I put it like right below this lip line. Not too much, like you want it to still look like your lip, you know? Then you can soften it out so it's just a shadow there. I like to darken the corners here too. Because just like contouring our face, we're bringing out dimension in our lips. So this makes your lips look a little bit more plump. You use Sandstone 95% of the time. I don't blame you. Sandstone's awesome. I love it. Can I pin this blue look too? I can only pin one video, but I can make like a playlist or something. I'll work on that. I'll work on organizing my videos for you guys. Because there's so many of them now. Like I've been going live every Friday for makeup for how long now? Like a year? I don't even know. Have any of you been here long enough that you remember when I started this? Where are my OGs? All right, so I just go like slightly on the outer edge of my lips here with this indigo, which is the same contour as this. My illuminator was called Starlit, and it's really nice and subtle, but look at how like it pops that cheekbone out, you know? More than a year or so. Have you guys been here? My OG's in the house. Woo woo. Okay, Sandstone on my lips. Cause why not? Here I go. Holy cow, I can't let you guys have been here for this long. Every Tuesday and Friday for 8 months. I love you. When I was still pregnant, my baby's almost 2. Goodness. Hey, I feel like I'm gonna start crying. You guys are so awesome. I didn't expect to get like emotional, but seriously, I'm gonna like cry. Thanks for being here. Just gotta focus back on my lips so I don't cry. I have to stop reading for a second. Okay, Sandstone, really light on my lips. I like to put a little honey illuminator. That's why it's right in here. Oh my gosh, so cool. Just a little honey there in the middle. And see how it kind of brings it all together. And if you want to be extra like me, then I got this at Sephora the other day. It's called Outrageous, I guess. It's like their nude plumping lip gloss. Only used it once. You can put a little plumping gloss on it if you're into that kind of thing. I can't really say for sure if I'm like totally get it or not, but I like it, it's fine. So I'm using that. Bonks was just born. I love that you guys like know her nicknames and stuff. I guess you'd probably know her nickname more than you would know like her real name, because I only call her Bonks. Okay, you guys are awesome. Sandstone looks pretty on me. How would I describe the color? Thank you. I describe it as like a deep red, like a rusty red color. But applied really lightly like this, I feel like it's an awesome like neutral too. Well, thanks friends for being here. Do I have more videos? Oh boy, do I. I have like, how many videos? I don't know, like hundreds probably. And I come every week with more. So it's a big party of videos every week. Since Bonks was in my belly, oh my gosh, that's so funny. For the record, if you're new here, her name is Bianca. I have 3 little girls if you're new. I have a 9-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old. She's almost 2 though. And oh my gosh, yes, let's meet at Glow. That's amazing. She is feeling better. Yes, thank you. Yeah, she's so awesome. Bianca, yes, that's how you spell it. There were hair tutorials when you first started. So I do hair on Tuesdays live here, and I do makeup on Fridays and sneak peek because apparently you guys are all my BFFs here. I am starting to release a YouTube only tutorial every Saturday. So we have one we are going to be uploading tomorrow. That is a makeup tutorial. And so that will go up on YouTube. So start watching out for a video on YouTube exclusively every Saturday. Oh boy, do I. Newbie, welcome. I hope that you just joined this club and you want to be a part of it. Thanks. Any green videos? Maybe that needs to come up soon. I do have one green where on my Instagram highlight reel, and it's like, I can't remember what it's called, but it has Ivy League, which is like this deep green. It might not be in this one. No, it's not in this one. Hold on. Oh, I totally tripped on you guys. Sorry. It's not in this one either. Where the heck is it? I have so many palettes. But yet, I have so many palettes, but yet they still don't take up much room in my... Okay, so this is Ivy League, and I used these two colors in that tutorial, and I really, really like it. I think it's awesome. So that one is up on my highlight bubbles on my Instagram. So you guys are the best. Any purple looks? Yeah, I have done some purple looks. Not really like this kind of purple, like kind of over the top purple, but I do use like Lullaby a lot and stuff like that. But look, so I have these three palettes, right? The amount of makeup in these three palettes is like, this could match like any skin tone. It's every eyeshadow that we have. It's every illuminator. It's every product like from Mascara, basically. And yet it still takes up this much room. Like it literally slides like into a drawer. It takes up less room than in my bag when I'm traveling than like my camera or my laptop. So super awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you're looking forward to Saturdays. The eyeshadow palettes are magnetic, yes. I use, right now I'm using Crest 3D White toothpaste. But I've used like the Kirkland Signature, like Costco brand before. I don't really do anything particularly. However, I don't drink coffee or wine or like things like that. And so some people have told me that's probably why they're white. I don't know. So that's why. Caught your attention because you're pregnant and you're a labor and delivery nurse. Amy, that's awesome. I love labor and delivery nurses because they helped me have babies. Cool. Okay. You think you want to be an artist? Well, join my team. That's amazing. You can totally join my team and you can message my page. I get back as soon as I can with those messages. You can also email me. Both are probably as quick, the same like amount of return. Facebook's probably a little faster if you have a question. Also, I have like an automated prompt on there. Like if you're just wondering what tool like to use for your hair, like what size wand to get or something like that, I just have my answer set up for you guys so that you get an answer really quick. But I am still there. So don't think like my inbox is just this robot. It's not. It's just there to help you guys like get an answer faster because it would be my answer, you know, based on those questions. And then also if you like want to color match or something and you just say like, I think it's like get started or something, and then you say I want to color match, it'll directly give you the link to upload. Just so it's like faster for you. You're not waiting on me back and forth, you know? And so 3 kids and no wine. Yep. Just doing my thing, I guess. Yeah, I am super family oriented. I'm like first and foremost stay-at-home mom. But I love you guys and I love helping you, and I like can't even tell you how grateful I am that you even trust me with like this kind of relationship, you know, where a lot of you I haven't even met in person, and you're like trusting me to be your artist is like I'm just so grateful. So thank you for being patient with that. Accurate color matching through photos. I've been doing this long enough. I feel like I'm really accurate. As like humbly as I can say, I will give you the right colors. If the photo is the right quality photo, then I can like firmly say I can get you the right colors. Even though if there's something wrong with it, I will know how to help you too. So yeah, I love that. But there's like a diagram if you click to get color matched or whatever. If you click that link, then I have a photo there where I'm standing facing a window. So face a window with indirect light, but during the daytime. Take a few steps back, the phone straight on, and take a picture of that. And then I have an example of what I want your photo to look like. And so if you follow those guidelines, I'll do it. I'll get it as good as I can. You have 6 boys? Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Yay, I'm glad I color matched you guys perfectly. Thanks for like the little testimonials you do. Okay, the color match I gave you, you love the color match. Awesome, I love that you love the milk too. Okay, you guys are the best. Thanks. Yeah. Do I need a photo without makeup? That is honestly the best for me because I need to see, like I talked about at the beginning, I need to see like if there's dark under eyes, if your upper lip has pigmentation, if you have redness, if you have rosacea, if like there's, you know, there's a difference in your face tone than your neck. If you have blemishes and we need to like make sure we have a color that helps counter the redness from that, you know, all of that stuff. And definitely turn off your filters. Like I literally want to see like just your face. Do I drink soda? No, I don't. I do like occasionally, but I'm not like an avid soda drinker at all. Like we have a cherry vanilla, like sweetened with stevia soda in the fridge right now. And I think I've had one and it's been like 2 weeks. So I just like water. I drink protein drinks, like green smoothie in the morning. You have dry skin and you get patchy with foundation. So I recommend first and foremost the Milk moisturizer. And the Milk, the original, the Milk Women, I think it might be out of stock right now, or if by the time someone watching the replay is watching this, it might be back in. But the Milk for Men is in stock, and I used it last night and I felt like it worked great for my skin. It's just the same, like it totally works good. So I think the men's smells really good too, and it's not like neither of them have like this like scent. I wouldn't say like overwhelming scent to them that you're like, oh, that's clearly whatever. Like they both just smell really good to me. So does the makeup last for a busy mom? You're up early and still going late. That's how I am, and I love it. You can even see on my Instagram feed, when we were in Mexico, we got downpoured on, and I took a selfie with my husband. I didn't even think about like what my makeup looked like, but everyone was like, how the heck is your makeup still on? And I was like, oh yeah, my makeup's still on. And we had been poured on for hours at that point. And so I'm like, I don't know. You just kind of have to figure out the right colors for you and your personal application method, because some people like they need the setting spray, or they need a setting powder, or maybe they need a primer or something like that. But I don't use a primer, and I don't recommend a primer. For most people, just apply on a freshly cleaned face. But if you have the right colors and you're applying in the correct manner for your skin, I feel like it's solid. I've like hiked in Hawaii and humidity and all kinds of stuff, and I still have makeup on. Your husband and you are using the men's milk. Yay, I'm glad you're loving it. Yeah, my husband loves it too. How long does it take to start seeing results from milk? So for me, it happened right away, and that's not normal for my skin. My skin is so sensitive that usually when I switched up anything in my routine, it got worse before it got better. And I know a lot of my friends still have that situation where they need to use it for a couple weeks. But keep in mind, if you use it for a couple weeks, you have 30 days to return or exchange. So just don't let that 30 days pass if you're like, no, but give it like a solid couple weeks, you know? And so why no primer? So for what I've noticed is that the cream-based makeup, sometimes the primers can have like a weird relationship with it, and it makes it like slippery almost. And so for me, I don't want my makeup slippery, and so it's like almost sticks to my face better without a primer. So, yay, thanks, Paige. Will I be able to go back through and answer missed questions? I do try really hard to go back and answer missed questions. And so sometimes it takes me a day or two just because there's, like I'm answering messages and like all that stuff / hugging my babies. And yeah, since you've used the Milk Moisturizer, your fine lines have gone away. Totally, my skin has improved. I can't sit here and say like, oh, your fine lines will go away, but like no joke, I had a lot of fine lines and now I don't. And I don't have like Botox here or any of that stuff. Like, it's seriously just been a new skincare system and a makeup that doesn't suck the life out of my skin anymore. It like creates this hydrated glow to my skin. Can I do a video about my morning, night, and weekend skincare routine if I haven't already had one? Yeah, I've actually done my skincare routine on here a couple times, but I've also done stories about it on my Instagram. So I have a highlight bubble that's skincare, and if you go through that, it'll take you through 3 separate times of me doing the skincare. And the last one was just the other day where I added in the milk mask, and I love the milk mask. So that is a really brand new product, and so if you, yeah, I recommend getting that milk mask. It just is like an added amazingness to your skin. So you're having issues with the large pores, so I would make sure that you are really cleansing off your makeup before you are cleansing your skin. So take off your makeup before you're doing your skincare routine, and that helps a ton. The toner in the Tres Leches is great for kind of tightening pores and tightening up skin. Same with the mask. The mask helps with that too. Oh my gosh, the growing my hair out video. So I tried to film it the other day and the audio didn't connect, so I literally have to do it again. I don't know why. I can make 700 other videos, but like the one video you guys keep asking me for, I have run into so many problems making. But I want it to be like really good and informative, and so I don't know, maybe I'm just like, I should just sit down and make it and it'd be like a mess like all my other videos. But anyway. Your skin is oily. Will the mask be helpful? Yeah, I have oily skin. Love the mask. The whole milk system, it's amazing because my whole life I've been taught like, okay, you have to buy a skincare line based on, you know, oh, this is for oily skin, this is for dry skin, this is for combo skin or whatever. But honestly, the Tres Leches system is for all skin, and I've seen it do incredible things for dry skin. I've seen it do amazing things on myself, especially for oily skin. And I've also seen it like with rosacea and all kinds of stuff. It's amazing. No, I need to do a self-tan video too. I need to. I will. It's hard to do a self-tanner video because usually I'm just like, hop out of the shower, throw some self-tanner on, and then I move on, and then I'm like, I need to make a video of that. But I will. Maybe I'll do it on my Insta stories. It seems like I can usually do a video on my Insta stories like just really quick. And so that's like the easiest place for me to just bust out a tutorial. Okay, you need another highlight color. You're using wheat and mango, but you need better coverage and brightness and you're getting caking in some creases. So make sure that you're using the Perfector sponge for those like creased areas, and you may want to go even darker and try Goddess if your dark circles are still showing through with just using mango on them. And so you're also welcome to send me a photo or message me and just be like, this is what's happening. Do you think I should go lighter or darker? And I can help you do that. So do I have a link for the milk system? Yes, above it's like shop my makeup here. If you click that link and then you go shop products and then you go to skin, it'll take you to the milk. But I'm making you want the blue now. The more I talk and the more you see it, as I blink my eyes, the better it is. My Instagram handle is my name. It's SAVANAHPOULSEN. And it's really hard to spell, but I didn't really plan on it being like an account people search for. I just had an account and people started following it. So, okay, so the men's version was $30 less, but the sale ended this morning. So the men's system is actually the same price as the women's system, but it was just on sale for Valentine's Day. So, Can I do a color on how to adjust from light to dark with the highlights? Yeah. I feel like, I feel like that's like sometimes a little bit hard to, because there's so many colors and so many factors varying what color I would change you to, but I can definitely go through and be like, this one's darker than this one, and if you're here, then maybe you want to go a little darker to here or whatever. Would I ever be able to get someone with hooded eyes to do a tutorial on them? Yeah, probably. Best contour to use with Sandy? I would go with either Astoria. Astoria will be like a more neutral look, or Indigo is what I have on, and it's like darker but warmer. So I would do one of those two. No, I did not. I used Clinique before mascara. I actually used a whole hodgepodge. I used Anastasia stuff. I used some Clinique. I used just a bunch of random things from Sephora, stuff like that. So, but now I've done it good. The Trace Leches for men is the same for you to use. Yeah, you can totally use it. Just prepping you guys though, the dispenser is a spray for the cleanser versus a dropper, which I actually like better. But I still sprayed it into my hand, but you could spray it on your face if you wanted. But the cleanser itself is like such a thin consistency. It's a totally different experience than other cleansers. It's not like a soap. It doesn't suds, but it's like a thin lotion. So it's amazing. I can use you. Awesome, thanks. Yeah, it would be awesome. So I'll try and work on that. What mascara do I recommend for sensitive eyes? I'm not sure. I'm not sure which ones are like better for sensitive eyes or not. I would have to do some research on that. For the darkest brown eyes, almost black eyes, I am like a firm believer in if you want to wear something, totally wear it. So I think anything would look beautiful on your dark brown eyes. So I think you could do golds, I think you could do purples, I think you could do blues, I think you could do browns. Honestly, I think whatever you want to do. You use Aura and Amber. Should you try June? If you are wanting to switch things up, you could. June is like more neutralizing than those two, and so kind of the difference of those two would actually be Candlelit. Candlelit and June are like on the same plane as far as darkness. June is just more canceling of red, and Candlelit is like, it will still like balance some redness, but it's more of like a mid-tone color. So, okay. Awesome. Well, yes, I've seen the Trace Leches do amazing things with acne. 2 to 3 or apply the Perfector sponge and then dab on your face. Awesome. Thanks for helping each other. Okay, so I am going to hop off now and go get my babe, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks. Yes, I did do my giveaway from last Friday's live. I announced the winner on there and contacted her, and I actually believe it's already been sent out. So, okay. Love you guys. Bye.